Magandang araw, mabuhay. I would like to start this presentation by introducing myself. I am Ars Lester Baila, together with my co-presenter.
Magandang araw, mabuhay. I am Dan Carlos Icabebe.
Magandang araw, mabuhay. I'm Jan Paul Enrico.
Magandang araw, mabuhay. I'm Jopel Paalan.
Magandang araw, mabuhay. I'm Chalimar Valoroso.
Magandang araw, mabuhay. I'm Bea Bianca Dilido.
And we do hereby acknowledge the presence of Professor Clarina Roley S. Almasco. Please lend us your ears as we are going to present the largest sea in the world, the Philippine Sea. Philippine Sea is a marginal sea of the western Pacific Ocean east of the Philippine Archipelago, with an estimated surface area of 5 million square kilometers. It has the world's most diverse and rich marine ecosystem, and if there's something happen here, all in the planets are affected.
Sa mahigit 7,000 isla ng Pilipinas, hindi nakapagtatakang isa ito sa may pinakamayamang karagatan sa buong mundo.
The Philippine Sea is bounded by China and Japan to the north, the Mariana Trench to the east, Palau to the south, and Luzon Islands of Catanduanes, Samar, Leyte, and Mindanao to the west.
Magandang araw, mabuhay. I'm Jan Paul Enrico and here's my report. The surface area. The surface area of the Philippine Sea is more or less 5,965,000 square kilometers or 2,199 square miles. So, ang Philippine Sea rin po is the largest sea in the world in terms of surface area. So, ang Philippine Sea po ay may lalim din itong 13,450 feet, and it also contains two sea-deep trenches such as Philippine Trench and Marianas Trench. Ang Marianas Trench po is the deepest point of the earth. So, ang next po is the Philippines contains the highest number of marine species per unit. So, dahil po ito sa malawak na sakop ng ating dagat, sakop nito ang the Indonesia, Malaysia, and Philippines archipelago. Ito rin po ay habitat ng mga maraming mysterious creatures such as blobfish, squidfish, at marami pong iba. The Philippine Sea is also identified as the epicenter of marine biodiversity because it's home of many different species and marine wildlife. So marami pong mga nakatirang iba't ibang mga isda or mga endangered species ng mga isda dito sa Philippine Sea.
Pilipinas ang center of marine biodiversity sa buong mundo. Ibig sabihin, dito matatagpuan ang pinakamaraming uri ng marine species sa ating planeta. Kaya malaki ang papel ng ating karagatan sa kabuuang estado ng marine ecosystem ng mundo. Kung babagsak nga raw ang populasyon ng mga lamang dagat ng Pilipinas, apektado ang buong planeta.
So, makikita po natin sa Philippine Sea ang 3,212 species and 486 coral species, 800 seaweed species, and 820 benthic algae species. Dahil sa lawak at lalim nito, ito ay tirahan ng mga maraming species ng mga isda. Kaya ito po ay isa sa pangunahing pinagkukunan natin ng mga isda sa bansa, which is nakatulong po sa atin ito maging sa ating mamamayan na may isda. And dito po tayo kumukuha ng ating kinakain ng mga isda. So, yun po ang halaga ng Philippine Sea sa ating ekonomiya or sa ating bansa.
Magandang araw, mabuhay. Ang Pilipinas ay kasama sa tinatawag nilang Coral Triangle na ibig sabihin ay mayaman sa shallow water environment sa buong mundo. The Philippines has been called the center of the marine biodiversity because of the Verde Island. The Verde Island Passage is a strait that separates the island of Luzon and Mindoro connecting the South China Sea with the Tayabas Bay and the Sibuyan Sea. It is also home of charismatic species such as whale sharks, sea turtles, nudibranch, and an impressive aris of coral. Endangered species such as dugong, blue-spotted angelfish, megamouth shark, catfish, and also whale shark can also be seen here.
According to the Convention on Biological Diversity, in terms of fishes, the Philippines counts at least 3,214 species, of which about 121 are endemic and 76 threatened. Dalawang kabilang sa mga bibihirang isda na matatagpuan sa Pilipinas ay ang blue-spotted angelfish at megamouth water shark. It is a rare species known only from one specimen caught off on Cebu Island in 1972, called the blue-spotted angelfish. Named as such due to the powder blue spots that cover its gray body, its tail is yellow, and the anal and dorsal fins are edged in black. It is a reef-associated non-migratory species found in coastal reefs at fairly shallow depths ranging from 15 to 40 meters. Isa rin sa mga sinasabing bihirang isda sa Pilipinas ay ang megamouth water shark. Ayon sa isang New York Post, isang megamouth water shark ang inanod sa isang malayong pampang sa probinsya ng Sorsogon noong June 11, 2022. Ayon kay Noni Evolva, ang tagapagsalita ng Philippine Bureau of Fisheries and Aquatic Resources or BFAR, na ang nasabing dambuhalang pating ay maaaring pumulupot sa lambat hanggang sa ito ay mamatay. In total record encounters, there are 8 megamouth water sharks found in the Philippine waters. Talking to the downside of our story, Philippine Sea in its marine life is facing extinction to some identified critically endangered marine species. Included on that list were the catfish, dugong, and whale sharks. According to the World Wildlife Organization, whale sharks are highly valued on international markets. Demand for their meats, fins, and oil remains a threat to the species, particularly by unregulated fisheries. They are victims of bycatch, the accidental capture of non-target species in fishing gear. And whale shark tourism presents a threat to the species as it can interrupt their feeding and sharks can be injured by both propellers. Going to the next report, talking into a scary mystery beneath the shallow waters of the Philippines, it is a quite new interesting story. Sea snakes in the Philippines, yellow-lipped sea crate, Laticauda colubrina, also known as the banded sea crate. Colubrine sea crate is a species of venomous sea snake found in tropical Indo-Pacific oceanic waters. The snake has a distinctive black stripes and a yellow snout with a paddle-like tail for use in swimming. However, researchers shows that they are shy. Be aware not getting into contact because they may cause your dives into nightmares. Dahil sa lokasyon ng Pilipinas na malapit sa Pacific Ocean, hindi magkakalayo na makakita din tayo ng mga dambuhalang sea creatures sa ating karagatan. The giant Pacific octopus can be potentially seen in Philippine Sea. It grows bigger and lives longer than any other octopus species. The size record is held by a specimen that was 30 feet across and weigh more than 600 pounds. Hindi isang beses, kundi pangalawang pagkakataon ay natagpuan ng mga residente ng Barangay Handig, Maribohok, Bohol ang hinihinalang ngipin ng higanting pating or megalodon shark na ang sapantaha na maaaring nandito sa karagatan ng Pilipinas nakatira ang isa sa pinakamalaking pating sa buong mundo. So far in the Philippines, only the teeth are found. Like other sharks, most of their skeleton, except for the teeth, is made of not bone but cartilage, like our nose and ears. which doesn't preserve well in the fossil record. It is currently on display in the National Museum of Natural History in Manila, together with other megalodon specimens from Cagayan and Pangasinan. The largest sea in the world sustains around 20 million people, providing protein-rich seafoods for consumption and also international trade. Isa sa mga bansa na umaangkat at nagbibenepisyo sa yaman ng ating dagat ay mga bansang Amerika, Japan, Germany, France, United Kingdom, Hong Kong, Spain, Canada, Taiwan at ang China. Nagpapatunay na sa paglipas ng maraming dekada na isasalamin pa din ng malinaw na produksyon ng ating likas na yaman ang kasaganaan sa ilalim ng ating karagatan. Ito ay sumisimbolo sa di mapapantayang sisidlan sa perlas ng silanganan na siyang bumubuhay at nagtataguyod sa pang-araw-araw na buhay ng mga Pilipino. Subalit kapalit ng liwanag ng perlas ay ang banta sa ating mga karagatan.
Magandang araw, mabuhay. I'm Jovel Paalan and I'm going to discuss the threats to the Philippine Sea territory. However, in recent years, the Philippine Sea has faced destruction and degradation from human activities and increased human interference. The marine resources are made up of coral reefs, seagrass beds, seaweeds, invertebrates, fisheries, and many others. Unfortunately, the Philippines is facing challenges to conserve its marine biodiversity due to overfishing, destructive fishing practices, and mariculture-derived eutrophication and coastal acidification, among others. These human activities, coupled with climate change, pose serious threats and possible decimation of its marine biodiversity. These are the example of threats in the Philippine Sea. The sea is being overexploited for its resources with extensive fishing and destruction of marine habitat. This has resulted in acidification and ecological imbalance, which, coupled with climate change, is leading to the death of many coral colonies. Overexploitation or overfishing is the removal of marine living resources to levels that are too low for sustaining viable populations. Ultimately, overexploitation can lead to resource depletion and put a number of threatened and endangered species at risk of extinction. The sea also faces threats from dangerous fishing practices such as dynamite or cyanide fishing. Dynamite fishing creates a wave of destruction and not only threatens coral reefs, but it also leads to a decline in fish populations, affects coastal communities and small fisheries trying to compete with industrial trawlers. An illegal fishing using deep trawlers. This has an impact on the biodiversity of the ocean and also means many species are being fished to the brink simply as a consequence of commercial activities, not as the target of them. In addition, the turtles, juvenile fish, and invertebrates that get swept up in trolling nets, deep sea corals, are hidden victims of the trawling.
So before we end the report, I just want to leave a short quotes from our topic. Conservation is preservation of life on Earth. And that's all above is worth fighting for by Robert Stewart. It says that life on Earth is worth fighting for, and we can save the planet with a simple solution. That's all. Ingat, salamat po.